We know that you love going here, there, and everywhere. And today we are going to discuss how you can travel the world and not get sick. Yep. Because how many of you come back sick after the vacation? You come back sick right after the vacation, right?
Yeah.
And that's no fun. You don't need to have sick days after you've had a lot of vacation. So we're going to talk about how to combat that. And joining us in the studio are some world-class travelers, our very own teammate, Geraldine Johnson. Hey, Geraldine.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you so much for being here. And the First Lady of my church, Evangelist Verna Marie Lee. Hello, Miss Verna.
Hi, Joyce.
How are you? Oh, you have to talk right into that.
Hi, LaJoy.
Hi, thank you for being here. And also our very own resident hair tonic man, the man who has the hair crack. Yeah, his name is Craig Cobb. I know that sounds really crazy, but if you've ever tried hair tonic, you know what I mean. Hi, Craig. How are you?
I love you, LaJoyce. Thanks for having me back.
He is a world traveler as well. And joining us by phone is the co-founder of BioScarf, and it is Mr. Carlton. Hi, Carlton.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, it is my pleasure. Thank you. We love your product. I want you to grab your Good Doctor notebook, okay? Because we've got some vital, life-saving information for you today. And it's important for you to understand one thing. Just like you pack your clothes, you should always pack your arsenal to ensure that you have everything you need in case you get sick while you're on a trip. And they say that the stress of travel is right up there with the loss of someone who's very close to you. Did you know that? I never looked at it like that. But really, traveling can be stressful even if it's relaxing. The whole thing about making sure you have your tickets, and even though they do e-tickets now, but making sure you've made your reservation and have your reservation number handy, your passport. How many of you have left your passport or your birth certificate or anything and had to turn around and go back home and have missed your flight? Okay? So in keeps the stress. So I understand that. That's why I like to pack as far as possible in advance, and I make a list of every single thing that I am wearing, and for every single day, my matching coordinates, my blah, because I can't stand leaving stuff, and I hate buying things that I already have. So that helps to minimize the stress. That way, it'll all go smoothly. And I replenish my travel bag after every trip just so I don't have to worry about packing essentials. Now, the first thing that I ensure I pack is hydrogen peroxide in a travel size bottle. Now, why do I do that? Because it can stop a cold in its track. It can lower a fever instantly. And when you put it in the ear, but you have to put it in the ear to lower the fever. And it kills germs on any surface. It is a germ assassin, just like white vinegar. And I also take activated charcoal. Now, what's the deal with activated charcoal? We've talked about that before. I like it in a product called Super Bow Pocket by Russell Herbal Company. Hey, Russell. And he was once on the Kansas City Chiefs who won the Super Bowl. And I believe he was on that Super Bowl winning team when they won back a long time ago. Sorry to age you, Russell. But now he is the master heavy doctor. And he has an awesome product called Super Bow Pocket, which is primarily activated charcoal, amongst other things. But I take this product every day when I'm traveling for a couple of reasons. And I want to ensure, first of all, that the stress of traveling doesn't allow constipation to set in. The worst thing that could possibly happen to you on a trip is that you get constipated. Because you might be drinking a little bit of too many things that are not water, and it may plug you up just a little bit, and maybe eating a lot of fun, fresh party foods, and it may plug you up a lot. So when eating foods that are not from my kitchen, the activated charcoal soaks up any potential toxins. And if there is any toxin, it will soak it up right away. So if you do feel like the Montezuma revenge is coming on, take that. And when everybody else around you is getting sick, or because something was in the sun too long, that happened to me one time with some swordfish in Phoenix. Was it Phoenix? Yeah, somewhere hot in Arizona. And they had this lovely buffet. The swordfish was out of this world. And the next day, all of us who ate the swordfish were in trouble. But if I would have had my activated charcoal on that day, So now I never travel without it. The other thing is vitamin C. Good old vitamin C. I love it in chewables. I love the big acerola cherry chewables. And I also love the emergency packets. The emergency packets are nice to carry with you. Just slick them in your pocket, stick them in your purse. It has a big punch to strengthen the immune system. I like to drink it in hot water on a plane instead of tea. And it's really soothing on a plane, especially when it's really cold on a plane. You know, they like to freeze you out on the cold, but you know why they do that, right? For germs, huh? And then there's nothing worse than getting off of the plane sick and then a few hours later you don't feel well. That just like ruins everything right off the bat. As soon as I get on the plane, I protect myself when flying. Remember, we learned that flying is the number one thing that if you do it frequently, that you have to protect yourself or it can kill you. Remember that on the top 30 things that you better stop doing or they'll kill you?
Is that because of the recirculated air?
It's because of so many reasons. It's because of recirculated air. It is because of fuel events. It is because you're trapped in a pressurized compartment with other people and their germs, and it is just circulating the bad air. It is because of electromagnetic fields, EMFs. It is because of and did I say fuel events? So so if you ever got off a plane and did not bathe right away, just bathe as soon as you get off a plane or as soon as you can. And for goodness sakes, don't wear the same clothes that you had on the plane. Wear them later. Wash them before you wear them again. That's the one thing that you should do. But also, as soon as you get on the plane, as soon as I get on the plane, I carry my wipes that I use from, yes, I do. Okay, that we do with our Healthy Home, Healthy You, that clean up 99% of the germs. I wipe down everything. I wipe down my tray. I wipe down the chair. I wipe down the arms, the seat buckle, the headrest, where you're putting your head. So it's not in your hair, because you know Black women don't wash their hair every day. Okay? So especially if we going somewhere, we just got our due did, right? My ladies can attest to that. You just get your hair done before you go somewhere, and the last thing you need is to have somebody else's germs on your hair. So you wipe down everything, and then I politely give one to the person next to me, because they're looking at you when you have to go through like 3 of them, and they're looking at you like, oh my gosh, that's that dirty. Please, may I have one? If I don't give it to them first, they are asking for it first. Then I take with me oil of oregano. Now, I love this high potency oil because it is antifungal, antibacterial, and antiparasitic, and it busts mucus, stops a sore throat pronto, and stops a cough. And you can put it straight in your mouth. Be prepared, because it burns like all get out, but it's worth it just for that second. And you can swallow it. You cough later or cough a lot, and you can put it in hot water or cold water and just drink it. And because of those fuel events, Craig asked the question, we have to protect ourselves from EMFs on the planes as well. All of that electromagnetic fields, the satellites that are helping to fly the plane and keep it in the air, thank God for them, but it's terrible for us. And I don't know if y'all watched the Super Bowl, they were bragging about how much 5G is going to help do this and how 5G is going to help do that and how 5G is here and it's helping us. Lord, help us, because it is not protecting us from anything. It is causing us danger and causing us harm. So one of the things that you must have is your magnitude jewelry. The magnitude jewelry that is interchangeable, that helps to protect you, that has the infrared, the germanium, and the negative ion to help repel electromagnetic fields for a force field. She told me to stop saying that, but I can't. A force field of at least 3 feet to protect you from EMFs. They come in the bracelets. They come in the necklaces. They come in the earrings. They're for men, women, children, and pets. And you need to protect yourself on a plane. Evangelist Verna's sitting here looking at me like, what are you saying?
Wow.
What, right?
What an education.
What an education.
Well, how do you know when you've been impacted by them, though?
Because satellites are everywhere. We cannot avoid them. They are absolutely everywhere.
So we are being impacted by them, whether we realize it or not.
We are absolutely being impacted by them, and we should realize it.
Right.
Because the more things your phone can do, the more intense the electromagnetic irritation is probably to you. And we're so used to being irritated by it, it's like that constant little chip.
Right. That you get.
that eventually something goes awry, and it's just this like this little scratch, scratch, scratch. If you keep scratching in the same place, eventually the coating around something will become exposed to the elements. And that's all. That's why we have to protect ourselves. So it's vitally important. And the magnitudejewelry.com/Dr. LaJoyce website will show you all that. It'll say, you're shopping with Ask the Good Doctor. I'm telling you, this is the best investment I have ever made. And every teenager who has a phone in their hand, I digress. But anyway, who should have one, definitely. And we all should, because we're living in a digital age. But we need to learn how to coexist with these digital things so that we can commingle safely. And these are things to protect yourself. Correct. The final thing that I love to take with me is Bach Flower Rescue Remedy Cream. And I'm saying Bach, B-A-C-H, Flower Rescue Remedy Cream. And in our home, it replaces Neosporin. It handles a cut. It comes in a little yellow tube. We go, get the yellow cream. Get the yellow cream. And we just say, yellow tube. That's what we know what that is. It takes care of a burn and abrasion immediately. And then the next day, it's almost like poof. It's like magic cream. And it has nothing but flower essences in it. And it handles everything. And you could carry that in your overnight. You carry it in your overnight bag, or you could put it in your purse. So, but I like that so much. And when you're on a cruise, the one thing that you need is the motion sickness wristbands. Yes?
Yes.
The motion sickness wristbands are everything, and you leave them on to prevent motion sickness. The one thing that we have to be concerned about now, and is why Carlton from BioScarf is here today to join in this conversation. Now we've got this coronavirus that's impacting us across the waters, and now even in the United States. There have been some reported cases. And I take a huge pashmina with me, and I literally cover myself from head to toe, and I go directly to sleep. But not until I plug my ears. Okay, because ear is the entry point of infection. And this is how you can avoid getting sick as well. Keep your ears plugged in. I don't mean just with your earplugs. No, you have to plug. You need a real barrier. So plug it with cotton or plug it with tissue. And then I cover my head completely and I go to sleep. I avoid conversations with strangers sitting next to me too. People who feel so comfortable say, "What do you do?" Listen to that conversation.
That helps you not get sick.
Yeah, minimize the talking, Carlton. But Carlton has created this amazing product called the BioScarf, and it is so lovely, so luscious. Tell us about, why did you create the BioScarf, Carlton?
First off, I'm not traveling anywhere unless you're sitting beside me. You got all the stuff. No
I do. I have gear, baby.
We're going. It's a team effort. There you go. So I was traveling a lot to China for business.
See?
And I ended up getting really sick to the point that I was in my hotel room, and the hotel ended up calling a doctor for me. And the doctor came in and said that I got sick either from something on the plane or from the air pollution. And at that point, I was going to China, I think, once a month.
Oof.
And I looked at him and I said, well, what can I do so I don't get sick? And he said, you can wear one of those little masks. And I mean, the mask that make you look like you're sick?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And so I got home, and I was talking to my wife after I got home, and we were talking about it. We're like, this is crazy. It seems like there's got to be something else that you could use that doesn't make you look like you're sick or doesn't make you look like you've got some virus, and, that is more kind of fashionable and, easy to use. And so we started thinking, and my wife grew up out in the country in Costa Rica, and she used to play with two little dolls, and because she didn't have a lot of fabric, she used to make them scarves. And she was like, what if we put something in a scarf? And so that's basically what happened.
What's the something that's in the scarf that protects you?
The something is a filtration material that we developed, which is basically a higher filtration efficiency than what everybody knows now as N95. That's a big buzzword that everybody has heard now.
Mm-hmm.
Ours has a higher level of protection, but we developed one that could be washed and reused. And so that is what is inside the scarf. And now we don't only have scarves, but we also have gaiters. We just came out with a hoodie.
Did you say gaiters?
A gaiter, which is a neck gaiter. So the scarf you wrap around, a gaiter is a closed loop that you slip over your head.
A
and then
dickie.
You pull a bungee. What is it called?
You call it a dick. You call it a dick. You call it a gaiter?
No, he called it a gaiter.
He called it a gaiter, but we
And
called
you
it a
knew what
dickie.
it was?
Yeah,
You know
because
what a
he
gaiter
said it
was?
goes around the neck.
Okay. All right. I understand now with that.
So
Okay.
first I got hair crack, and now I got. I'm going to have to do a lot of Googling. I don't know what's going on.
So
But,
you've got
yeah.
you've got the gaiters, the dickies, that go around the
We've
head.
got the gaiters, and we've got the scarves, and we've got a hoodie. And what you mentioned about ears is a very important thing. And it's really important, actually, and eyes. Because
True.
a lot of people haven't quite gotten into that level of
Come on.
understanding where these things are coming in and how you're getting them. So the nice benefit of our stuff is that it looks and functions like normal fashion, but it has protection built in. But in addition, you can wrap, and it covers your ears and covers your entire, if you've got the hoodie, for instance, you put the whole thing over your head and it's got protection in the entire hood. So you just zip it up and boom, pull it tight, and you're completely enclosed.
That is absolutely positively brilliant. I have to tell you that the scarf is so supple that you never expect something so luscious to be protective gear. Never in a million years. I'm just grateful for you for having come up with this technology, because really it's technology in fashion.
It's what's neat is so we started with the ones for the cold weather, and those are super soft. And now we just came out with our hemp version for warm weather, and that's also super soft and thinner, so you can use it in hot weather and hotter climates. But people are definitely into it, and right now it's an interesting time.
Oh, it definitely is. And I just want to thank you. Carlton has provided us with a few of the scarves to give away, and we will give away one scarf per show to the first person who sends me an email at askthegooddoctor@msn.com. That's askthegooddoctor@msn.com. You all don't count. So, Carlton, can you tell everyone how they can get a scarf?
They can go to our new website, which is www.g95.com, which is our new parent brand that connects the scarf and the dickie and the hoodie.
I like gator.
Yeah, there you go. I'll go with gator. Well, it's a bio gator, bio scarf, and the bio hoodie.
Okay.
Those are the names. So they can go to g95.com, nice and easy, and they can get all our stuff.
Fantastic. And you can run into Carlton accidentally on purpose at the Wellness Warriors Weekend Getaway in Vermont, because he'll be joining us as a vendor, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we look forward to seeing you there. And I'm telling you, grab one of these scarves. It's essential if you are doing a lot of travel. So thank you so much, Carlton, for being here.